Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 with Platex here, and I just arrived, not in the end, but this part of the Underdark, the Grim Forge is called, I believe. Yeah, that's the Grim Forge waypoint there. So I just came across on the raft, and I did not fight on the raft. I just came over here with the dude that jumps on your raft. Again, if you knock the guy that jumps on your raft off, he's the one with the like 3 magic items on him. A good two-handed sword, a light hammer that does also radiant damage, and a short bow. That's him right there. So he came over with me on the raft. I did not fight on the raft, and I've gone over this before. I mean, I just arrived here, and I posted this before where you do not.
A little blasphemous graffiti.
Well, I thought Shadowheart would say something. You do not have to roam around in here to find the way over to the Adamantine Forge. You simply come right here next to where they're digging out near. There's where they're digging out near. Come right over here. Let me switch to Lae'zel here. If you have 21 strength, or a 20 anyway, like a potion or elixir of hill giant strength, you can make this jump. I don't currently have that on anybody, but what I do have is Misty Step here with Lae'zel. And boom, straight across that gap. There's the splint mail mold right there. And now I am on the Adamantium Forge side of this area. Once you get to the waypoint, all you gotta do is go to the map. Oh, well, hang on, let me hang on. Reconnect her with everybody. Then go to the ancient forge, boom, and now they're all together. Now I just leveled up to 5 once I arrived here. It was just the experience that I got just for arriving here was enough to put me up to level 5. And then if you ever come across a situation where your main person levels up and the rest of your group or some of your companions do not, all you got to do is go to camp, remove them from group, and then re-invite them, and they automatically have the same level that your main character does. So I think it was me and maybe Gale had leveled up, but I had to, or no, it was Shadowheart. Me and Shadowheart leveled up, but then I had to go back to camp to remove Gale, Lae'zel, re-invite them, then they leveled up as well. So now we're all level 5, and I'm going to go ahead and do the Adamantium Forge. Because...
Look at the skeletons.
Dark Justicia uniforms. These were Shah worshippers. The same as me.
Still.
Alright. There are 4... Now there are a couple of molds you might still, depending on what mold, which items you want to make. There's only 2 mithril pieces. I'll go ahead and show you where those are. Again, I've already done that before, but might as well go ahead and do it again with Astarian's playthrough. I thought there was another one up here. So you already saw me pick up the splint mail mold, which I'll be making that for Lae'zel. But the shield and the long sword are elsewhere. But the other 4 should all be right here. There's the mace mold. That's what weighed me down. These things weigh a lot. That's what encumbered me earlier. Oh, I already gave it to her, okay. Oh wait, no, she was the one that jumped over here. What am I talking about? Now there's 4 skeletons right here you'll encounter. Damn it, man. This is why I actually like, even if I'm not using strength character with melee combat, and keep in mind throwing is strength, not dex. Um, that's what it is right there. And what I'll do, and there's another mold right there. I think that's the splint mail, scale mail rather, the medium. Splint is the heavy, scale is the medium. So both armors and the mace mold are right here. I want to say there's another mold around here. I could be mistaken. The scimitar. Again, the long sword and the shield are elsewhere. So you would have to go looking around for them. I mean, I know where they are, but can't really. Trying to remember. Oh, right here. So this is normally how you get here if you take the long route. There's the rest right there it is. That platform over there, there's a switch that moves this across this area, and then you jump down here. So on that, the longsword is on one of these walkways above the lava in another area. When you first, get to that, but the shield is on a skeleton up over here. But I'm not really sure if I want to make a shield or longsword, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and just do this with what's over here.
Cut a person, then a throat. They won't know what bit them.
Moving.
They were within that ring. Like, what the hell? You saw the big ring. It was this guy was the only one that was questionable. Like, what the fuck just happened? Of course, they're always whacking the shit out of the one with the highest AC. Alright. Rolled a 17 and an 18 back to back.
With haste.
Or
I will ascend. Taste my fury.
Make it hurt.
Ready.
you did see 80% with advantage. Let's take a look at this. So with advantage, I rolled a 9. And of course, that's just one shy of hitting. That's always the case. I knew I should have cast Bless, but it still would have worked out the same way.
Swift and lethal.
Break them.
I already looted that guy, right? Yep. So I thought there was 4 molds around here.
Into my pocket. What a day. Watch your back.
So I've got 3 so far. Both sets of armor, splint and scale. The mace was all right here. It seems like the scimitar is around here somewhere as well. Maybe it's around the corner here. Now the first mithril piece is around the corner here. There's the first mithril piece.
Assume nothing.
I always carry them all around with Lae'zel. This is for breaking down walls and getting mithril. There's the first one. Now there's one more, but we do have to fight.
Watch your back.
do have to fight some magma methods or lava methods. They're not really that tough. They can do a lot of damage though, because they explode when you kill them, damaging anybody nearby them. They'll breathe fire, cast heat metal. So they're quite annoying actually, but most methods usually are. And I think that's where the scimitar mold is, over there as well. There's really nothing this way other than lava. Alright, what the hell happened here?
Careful, I lied.
So I know I'm going to make splint mail for Lae'zel. And I might make a scale mail, which is a medium set for someone else. Because both pieces keeps the wearer from getting critically hit, which is very nice to have. I don't really ever use the weapons. They're only +1 weapons, and yes, they do overcome resistance to that damage type, but they're not. I mean, no. There's plenty of other weapons, and I just don't really use the weapons. The shield also gets the can't be critically hit, but the only one that uses a shield really, which I'm not even sure I'm going to continue using a shield, is Shadowheart, because most of my melee people use two-handed weapons. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this with one of each suit of armor.
A long way to go still. Take things you are. Eager for battle.
Now I think what I'll do is lead with Lae'zel, and I believe I've got fire resistance elixirs. Let's just send him back to camp. But I'm actually wanting to use one. Nope, there's one right there. Alright, so give Lae'zel a fire resistance. Now it doesn't really matter if you hang your party back here. The methods aren't going to come after him anyway.
I crave blood.
It just how it works. They do surprise, I think. So I guess one way I could do this, if I maybe go all the way down here.
This must be the forge.
Maybe that will be far enough away
Engineering it
to
is.
not get surprised. Oh, I didn't change my weapon. Alright, cool. The rest of my guys did not get surprised.
Trust no one.
So while they're beating on Lae'zel,
No minsters are around, so might
and made her drop her weapon. But that's fine because I got that returning pike that automatically equips when it returns. And the others join the fray. Oh, and now they're surprised. What a bunch of bullshit. Oh my god. Alright, so all I gotta do here is go to throw the returning pike. Yes, I'm doing it at advantage, but once it returns, it will automatically equip. Oh, you sucker. And more will pop up here in just a second once I kill probably another one. That's Not what I meant to do.
Let me recite their demise.
There's the other ones.
Let's have some fun.
That's the one that's wounded.
Step quick.
I dual class Astarian as a fighter to get the offhand weapon fighting, the weapon fighting style, and up to level 5 get 2 attacks, and then I'll level them up. This is my build for Astarian: is level 5 fighter champion to reduce the critical, get 2 attacks, get the 2 weapon fighting style, then up to level 7 rogue, because yes, I'm sacrificing 2 feats. Instead of going 4th level rogue, 8th level fighter, yes, I'm sacrificing 2 feats, but I'm picking those feats back up in rogue class abilities, like uncanny dodge and what's the other one? Evasion. Uncanny dodge and evasion are far better than any other feats you could get. Once the 2 feats I get, though, I use to max out my dex, and then again. So 5th level fighter champion, 7th level rogue makes Astarian a pretty wicked dude, especially when I start getting the gear that reduces the critical even further. I've been critting as low as 14, so it's just he's a crit machine with the right gear.
Let's end this. Have to keep going.
No other ones that are damaged. Okay. And of course they say, I hate using Sacred Flame. Especially on harder difficulty Tactician or Hunter mode. Using Sacred Flame is just a wasted action because they're going to save more often than they don't. Even in balanced, they seem to save more often than they don't. And again, it's just a wasted action. I hate using Sacred Flame. Alright, this is when we use something like... Of course, it's not really going to do enough damage to kill any of them. But I should... Oh wait, no, I didn't take it yet. The sweeping attack one. So, just to make sure... do enough damage anyway. Trip attack, add a little extra damage. You're dead. We'll do another trip attack. Oh wait, whoa, that was, nope. Trip attack melee. That's too short range. Really don't have lightnings, but I do have cold spells though.
No time like the present.
So getting them wet makes them vulnerable to lightning and cold.
Let's have some courage.
So if I use something like a lightning arrow here. That did enough damage to that dude to kill him from the lightning arrow.
A rough tempest I will raise.
And then his ray of frost should certainly kill one.
Dance macabre.
My injuries need tending.
Yes, 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 I see that. Keep your pants on. Oh, I don't need to use that. Alright, there we have it. Oh shit, I'm walking into fire. Put that out. Now these right here are very useful. Oil combustion is a very nice coating. Causes a lot of fire damage. Once you have hit somebody with it and they're coated with that oil combustion, then any fire damage you do to them makes it ignite in a blast radius and do a lot of fire damage to not just the one that's coated, but also all those around them. So oil of combustion is very nice. All right, so here's the other.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
The other mithril piece. I'm probably going to keep the returning pike on because when I fight the Adamantine,
I can keep going a little longer now. Reaction.
notice how Battlemaster, they get all their superiority dice back with a short rest. So now I've got all those superiority dice back at full. Same thing with like bards and bard songs. Still need to heal her some more though. I can find all my healing potions, that is. I really need to go sell some crap.
Well, hello.
So there's 9 methods in total, I think, is what it looked like. Yeah, 9 methods in total. So we got both mithril pieces and the molds to make what I'm going to make. Around there is the lava elemental and the amulet, the lost amulet, which I don't even know that it's prompted yet as a quest, so I'm not going to mess with that at the moment.
Indolence breeds
I'm
madness.
going to insert the mold
Perfect
or
match
the
for
scale
mold.
mail, or split mail rather. There it is. Heavy armor,
Mold inserted. But the forge is useless without it.
and then the mithril piece. Now it's important to have both pieces when you go down here, because my understanding, once you make the first piece and then leave, you can't go back. So it's important to have both pieces before you go down so that you can get both items. So both pieces of mithril and both molds that you want to use before. Alright, so we're going to be using the hammer is why I'm doing this without really worrying so much about my level. And what you want to do is go ahead and space everybody out.
A short descent, but
We're going to put Shadowheart down here on the valve. Put Astarian over here on the... actually... Put Astarian over here. Actually, no, take that back. I'm gonna leave Astarian over here. No, I'm gonna leave Gale over here on the lever.
action, not reaction.
What a day.
All right. There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, now that let's tell you what. Let me swap these two so that this is an Astarian playthrough, not a Shadowheart playthrough. So I'll do the honors. All right. So now that we're in place. I just completely didn't do this on my honor mode run with Shadowheart where I got Foehammer trophy. I did not. I just completely skipped this encounter because if you can coordinate this guy on the hammer, it's not that hard, to be honest with you. But it's getting him coordinated to stopping on the hammer each time that if you get it out of sync, it can be extremely annoying and extremely fatal if you can't get him back on the hammer. So right off the bat, I need Lae'zel to go last and hit him last because he's going to. And if you're going to use the hammer and not just fight in melee, if you're going to fight in melee, use blunt weapons. But the moment he walks away from the person, because the last person to hit him is going to cause the threat assessment. That means that's who he's going to attack. Prime target. So if you got somebody with a blunt melee weapon here and he starts walking toward the threat assessment and they hit him, then that will redirect the threat assessment. He'll turn around and hit that person. Or attack that person. So that's why I want Lae'zel to go last, because I want him to come towards the hammer.
Need to stay focused.
So again, she's got a melee weapon equipped. Need to switch over to range, because I do not want her reaction striking him. I needed to cast. I should have cast Bless on everybody. Damn it.
One can't always be a gentleman.
He's pretty much resistant or immune to pretty much any kind of damage type, except blunt. Blunt he's vulnerable to. So acid, thunder, and cold, I can do damage to him. Question is, you gotta make sure you're not walking into the lava to take your shot. Nice. So what you want to do is make sure you position the hammer in between him and the one who has threat assessment. So even if I miss now with Lae'zel, it's all good.
No time to waste.
Aw, dude, what the hell? What, it hit the cloth hanging from the ceiling? What the hell? Alright, she missed, so she didn't get the threat assessment, which again is all good because Gale has it and is in position. Except I always forget that first turn he does that awaken crap and doesn't even move. I wonder if I can get some of the people I can get with Bless. No, not gonna happen. Alright, Lae'zel has threat assessment. Get her into position. Now, I'm not really sure Gale's going to be even able to take the shot from here. And if I run back over here, I will not be able to run back over here. So, that being said, I'm just going to hold off on using Gale's action, because this should put him right on top of the hammer. And it's important, I used Frost, Ray of Frost that first turn. I kind of just remembered, you don't want to do that because it'll slow his movement and keep him from getting to the hammer. And then that's what'll throw the sync off as far as him stopping on the hammer, is when you use something like Ray of Frost, which will slow his movement. Don't do that. So I will not be doing that in the following turns. Alright, so go ahead and do whatever damage you can do to him before dropping the hammer. And then drop the hammer. Now this is important to know too. Once you drop the hammer, you see how he's completely immune to every single type of damage. So you have to wait for him to get back up and back in the lava to soften him up again. And notice when you drop the hammer, we have some more magma methods popped up. Let's see if that'll do anything. Alright, so with the Astarian, I'm going to crank this wheel again to keep the lava flowing. Because again, if the lava stops flowing, he'll remain immune. So he's still immune right now, I can't even hurt him. But we can focus on the magma methods at the moment. I should have equipped the ring and bracers that boost damage to thrown weapons. That would have been another 2d4 I'd be doing in damage if I'd equipped those weapons. Or those items. One's bracers and the other's a ring. Adds one, both of them add 1d4 to throwing damage. ring of flinging, and can't remember what the bracers are called. Alright, so made short work of those methods. One of them's still alive there. Let's see if I can get him with Shadow Heart. Now somebody is going to get attacked here when that thing moves. Because again, I can't even... damage it right now, but I could still... Again, don't use Ray of Frost. I mean, I might still be able to get threat assessment if somebody hits him, even not doing damage. But I'm just going to leave it like it is right now. Alright, so... he should be vulnerable now. Yes.
Time to strike. In my best interest.
Alright. So Lae'zel has the threat assessment. Trick is getting him on the hammer.
On the move. Let's finish this.
So I'm just gonna not even use Shadow Heart. Other than maybe I don't know if creating water on him will create threat assessment on her, so I'm not even going to do that right now. And the thing about this, like I've tried to do a blunt weapon with this, but if you'll notice the type of damage is force damage. So I don't really understand why it gives you all the options to do all the different, you know, different weapon types when they don't even do that type of damage. They all do force damage, so it's irrelevant which one of these you summon. I could do some healing, but here, let's just cast some light. There we go, we're done. And we're done with Gale. I don't want to... Oh, shit. Oh, that's BS. Well, I think that'll still work as far as dropping the hammer on him. He's not exactly on top of it, but I still think we can damage him with the hammer. This is the part that gets real tricky on a harder difficulty, especially honor mode, is if he does not stop on the hammer.
Lance board is set.
It did get him. All right. So that was a really easy battle. Shadowheart's the only one that got hit. So as long as you understand how to use the hammer, it's very easy. Of course, this is balanced difficulty, so I've already got all the trophies, so I wasn't going for any trophy. But there is a trophy. I did it on tactician difficulty. Got the trophy for defeating this guy without using the hammer.
A good night's sleep would do me wonders.
But once you get that trophy, well, might as well use the hammer. It does the most damage. And there's my Adamantine splint mail. I just raised her armor class 2 points, and makes her immune to critical hits, as well as reduce all incoming damage by 2, and when a melee attack hits you, the attacker is sent reeling. I can't remember what that does exactly off the top of my head. I'll have to just look at a description when it pops up in combat. And it looks much better than that damn chainmail. Okay, let me put my sword back on. And now you have to eject the mold with the lever. And then we are going to make the medium armor. Lae'zel is really the only one of your origin characters that uses heavy armor. You can get the feat for other people to use heavy armor, but yeah, and then split classing as a fighter here, notice. When you dual class, you don't always get the starting benefits of that particular class. Because you can see level 4 rogue, level 1 fighter. No heavy armor proficiency. The only way to dual class and get heavy armor proficiency without taking the feat to get heavy armor proficiency is Ranger. There is one of the Ranger level ups. It's called Ranger Knight or something like that, that gives you the heavy armor proficiency. Alright, let's put the other mithril in here. And make us some scale mail. Still got to get everybody out of the area. You still have to go over here, heat the metal.
Yes.
And then drop the hammer.
There's no time to waste.
Don't touch me.
Now that I've dual classed him, Astarian, as a... Now that I've dual classed him as a fighter, though, he did pick up the medium armor proficiency. And that moved his armor class 3 points. Now, honestly, I should have made 2 sets of scale mail, medium armor, because Lae'zel, this is the only helmet in the game that I have seen that is considered heavy armor.
Eager for battle.
So again, Lae'zel, unless somebody takes a feat, or if your main character is, you know, somebody that has heavy armor, Lae'zel is really the only one that can use his helmet, and also gives immune to critical hits. So I really don't need to double dip on the critical hits thing. I could have made a second set of scale mail for
Some blades always sharp.
Shadowheart here. But you only get 2 pieces. And, you know, you just gotta hopefully make the right decision on what pieces you want to make. And keep in mind too, they're really not in-game items. The heavy armor could arguably be made like a heavy an in-game item, even though there's other armors that reduce that all damage by 2 that have a higher armor class. But it's that, you know, reducing damage by 2 combined with like force conduit that can really, you know, make you resistant as crap, tanky as hell. Anyway, so that is what this episode was about. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more with Astarian.